Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. For supportive oracle cards, we're going to use Wisdom of the House of Night. And on the back here is who it's from, who made it, I should say who created it. If you go online to Amazon, you can get either deck. You can even find out the artist there, a lot easier. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we have for Cancer. Okay. I'm getting the hiccups. That's not fun. Before I get too far, I like how this ends. I feel like this reminds me of Pisces, but this is yours. It feels a little bit better than that one. I'm saying that as a Pisces. I like this one better. But it ends, there's a rough spot, but it's going to end well. So just hold on if it sounds a little rough, because I feel like this is going to go your way. When you're coming into this situation, though, I feel like you're not aware. Is that true? You're not aware that you're going into a whole new phase. Like something is ending, something else is beginning. But it's almost kind of like, how do I explain this? It's almost like trying out a new car and thinking, well, when my car gives up, or when I can't have my car anymore, I'm going to use this car. And then the next day your car is like, I'm done. And then that's where you are. Because I feel like you're trying out a situation, or you're like, when the next home happens, I want one like this. And you're looking at somebody's home, and you're like, I want one like this next time I need to find a home. And you're finding out you have to move a lot quicker than you're expecting. Because I feel like you're going into a phase a lot quicker than you're expecting to. I feel like that's the best thing I could say. It's not like completely unexpected to moving forward, but you end up moving forward a lot faster than you thought you would. And it's a little bit unnerving because you're like, because of the rate, because of things changing the way they are, you're like, all the pieces are not in place. I don't really like this. I don't like how this feels, but I guess I don't really have a choice. It's going to change anyway. Literally, it's just the situation is taking a life of its own. This is the Page of Wands. This is what's actually happening. It's slowly by slowly just taking a life of its own. Things just keep changing. Things just keep happening. For whatever reason, things are moving forward. You have to go into this next phase. And it's just kind of like with the Page of Wands, I feel like this matches the Moon card I see over here with the World. I feel like what it's saying is it's out of your control. It just keeps happening. Things just keep happening. In the environment, I do see the Ten of Swords. Oh. Well, that's curious. In the environment, the Ten of Swords happens. Something very devastating and upsetting is happening. And the Ace of Pentacles is right behind it. Whatever this devastation is, there's a lot of money that is left over because of it. I don't even want to go down the road of all the different ways this could happen. Something really devastating happens around you, and it leaves a lot of money open. And I feel like this is a lot of money that could be coming towards you. But I'm also seeing like when this devastating moment happens, because it's hidden there. I don't think you're concentrating on that. That's not what means anything to you. Something devastating is happening here around you. And you've got denial and risk here on your side. You're not seeing it. You're trying to recuperate it. Whatever's going bad, it's almost like your house is burning down. I hate to say that. I pray that doesn't happen for any of you, but it happens, and you just want to fix it. You want to stop it. You want to make sure things are okay. You just want things to go back the way they were. This is not what you're looking for. You are not this is flat out devastation. Denial and risk is kind of like hoping you can recoup, kind of like, oh, I don't think it's that bad. I think we can fix it. I think we can correct it. Yeah, it's really bad. There's a lot of money that's going to happen because of this, but I feel like when it first happens, because it was completely hidden behind this card, I didn't see it at all. You're not even concerned about that. Not when it first happens. That's not what you're looking for. It's hard. People are going to help you. I don't want want to keep using this analogy because I feel like it's upsetting. But like for those of you, if somebody has their house, oh, God help you if you lose your house. I hope that doesn't happen to you, whoever watches this. But there's a lot of different ways this scenario can play out. I'm getting like you're forced to move forward and you're forced to take action. There's not time to sit and wonder and wallow. You're just kind of like, well, I need to stay somewhere. I need a place to live. I need a place to hang my hat at the end of the night. I got to look out for my family. You have to move forward. It does not feel good, but it feels like it has to happen. The Three of Wands with the King of Wands is telling me you're just like, we're just going to keep moving forward. And it's like you don't have time to be sad. You're just like, we just got to handle this now, move. And I don't feel like you're trying to be mean to anybody, but I feel like you're stressed. And it's going to come across very strong, like, no, you need to help me now. I need this fixed now. You're going to have that element of the High Priestess in the environment. Somebody's going to try to help you where they can. They can't seem to do as much as they'd like to for you, but they're going to do whatever they can. I almost feel like you might have to move in with somebody. If it's that analogy, I hate that feeling. Like, it's something uncomfortable. I hope it's not that way for most of you. I'm hoping it's somewhere where somebody has to help you out and you're not really comfortable with the help, but you're thankful for it at the same time. It's kind of like it's not your ideal way of living for the moment, whatever that is, but you're like, I'm glad it's there. The Knight of Cups is coming in with is it the 7? The 7 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. You're very unhappy when whatever this moment is, and it could be a lot of different ways this is coming in. You're very unhappy about it, but there's a lot of help around you. And there's another hidden card. Is it a good one? Yep, there's a good one. Okay, good. The trumping card, you'll notice, is the Knight of Cups reversed. Things have to keep moving forward, but you're not excited about it. There's no excitement, no joy here for you right now. You're forced into this situation. That's the Knight of Cups reversed. You lost something very abruptly is kind of what it feels like. But there's people around you trying to help you. You got the Queen of Wands, you've got the Ace of Swords, and you've got the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands, the way I view the 7 of Wands is like you have to put in some effort to succeed. It's not overly stressful, but it's kind of like, instead of getting $100 handed to you, you have to do a couple little odd jobs and you make that $100 relatively easily, but you have to put in the effort to make it happen. It's not really stressful, but other people around you are helping you make this work out. Other people are fighting for you. Other people are taking that motion forward to help you fix things. So you're getting a lot of support and allies around you. I'm getting this can only go so far, though. They can only go so far before they're stopped. There's some of this you're going to have to do on your own, not because other people don't want to help you, because they do, but literally there's some things that you just have to do. You have to make the choices. You have to be the one doing it. You have to be the one moving forward. So when I'm getting forbidden here in the environment as it keeps going forward, it's like there's only so much these people can do for you. They'll do anything they can and they'll bend over backwards. Some of them. Others of them will do what they can. Don't worry about that. Now we got face down cards, which just is hidden things coming forward afterwards. You got good things coming forward. You do. I'm feeling a lot like that, especially that Ace of Pentacles that was hidden. I'm getting that's there the whole time, but you don't seem to see it till later. You don't seem to realize what exactly that means till later. You don't have a moment to really embrace what you can do with that till later. These two cards that are face down is kind of like the Fool card and the Differences card. And I get like the differences for you, whatever the situation is that I feels like something is being lost. Could be a person, could be a tangible item. Whatever it is, the Differences is telling me you still are having a hard time letting go of that. This might be the Forbidden too. You're having a hard time letting go of what was lost. That's what I feel with Differences. And the Fool card is telling me, these are both face down, by the way, in your reading. So it's like, it might be like something that you're not talking with other people, but you're hoping for. You kind of want to repair something that's actually lost. You want to see if you can bring something back. It's almost like, I hate using these sad analogies, but it's almost like somebody who's in a coma and they're slowly, every day by day, they're slowly failing more and more. And people are saying, we should just kind of let her go. Let them go. And it's kind of like, no, just give it a couple more weeks and they might wake up. They might wake up. And it's like the Differences is saying accepting the situation for what it is hard. And the Fool card is still being a little hopeful, like, no, maybe it could still turn around. Maybe something could still go here. Maybe we could rebuild my house the same way it was. Maybe we could do this. Maybe we could do that. And it's kind of like wanting to recover what was lost and not accepting of what has actually been taken here. There's going to be a degree of hardship letting that go. That's up to you how long that's going to take, obviously. But I feel like the longer you try to hold on to it, the harder this is for you. Because when this energy moves on and you accept what's lost for what's lost, that's the differences. Once the differences are accepted, you accept the differences. Like the difference between having what you had and having it replaced. Like it's kind of like, I don't want a new dog. I want the one I had. Like a new dog is a whole new thing. That's a whole new entity. That's a whole new experience. I don't want a new one. I want the one I had. That's the differences here. It's kind of like, yeah, I might get something back that's of equal value, but it's not the same. And it doesn't feel as good, and I don't like it. It's kind of like, I've heard this with a person before, and I know we're beating this to death, but like having a new home, when somebody loses their home, like I remember one lady explaining this to me, the house can be rebuilt to the same specs, but the divots in the wall, the marks on the inside of the closet showing while somebody was growing up, the memories that were there, with funny paint colors or weird things that were corrected or things that were chipped, stuff like that you can't get back. And that's like something that meant a lot to that person. So I feel like you can't get back the same exact thing, but you can get something back that's like it. And I feel like it's accepting that is hard. It doesn't feel easy. I don't want to drown in that anymore. Once that energy moves on, once it lets go, you got the Knight of Wands coming forward, which it's interesting because what I feel is once you've kind of accepted it, it's kind of like you kind of just, it takes you a minute to like really sit with that and just kind of let it be. But I feel like once you accept it and you embrace what's coming forward in the future, there's a lot of good things here. There's a lot of new opportunities, better opportunities here. You got Four of Wands in the environment. You got the Star card, which is actually happening. You got the Knight of Wands, which is like once you decide to move forward and you accept what's changed, the ability, like everything's been waiting around you. It's like all these resources have been waiting around you. And once you're able to accept that things are gone and it's time to move forward, then you're able to choose and move forward and things get a lot better. The energy gets a lot easier. I mean, I understand you have to go through that valley of roughness, that valley of whatever you want to call it. The trudging through the valley of death is kind of what I feel like. I hate to say it, but that's kind of what it feels like. Once you get through that, it's like everything is there ready for you to pick up and move forward. Things get a lot lighter. It's hard to accept it, but once you're able to, things get a lot better for you. And there's a lot of like, I want to be careful how I say this, because the Star can be wish fulfillment. But it's kind of like accepting, once what's gone is accepted that it's gone, and then wishing for something afterwards. I know this seems a little dicey, but it's kind of like when the new order comes in, wishing for what you can have going forward. Like you can get what you want. You can get specifics of what you want. It's almost like if you lost your house. I hate giving that analogy. And say you always wanted a breakfast nook and you wanted one of those fun windows, like those picture window things that kind of wrapped around the front. You have the opportunity to get those things now. There's things that you've always wanted that you never could get before because they weren't in the budget. But now when you get a new one, you can afford to get those things and you can get the specifics that you wanted before. Wishes like that can come through. You know what I mean? It's all waiting there for you. The Knight of Wands is telling me things go a lot faster. Like the information's like sitting around you. It's just waiting for you to accept it, and once you're ready, it pops right in, and you can just step right up and go forward when you're ready. It may seem weird for that card, but I'm seeing this letter up in the corner, if you can see it. And I'm seeing it's just sitting there, and it's like ready. When you're ready, they're ready. One of those things. I hope that's a good one. The way it ends well. It's like, if this is going to happen, I feel like they're trying to give you a heads up about what you're heading towards. And they're letting you know there is a light at the end of the tunnel. They just want to have you to have that hope. Whatever it is, it just feels like it's a rough situation, and they want you to know they're there for you, and they're doing the best they can for you, and you have a lot of support around you. So if this reading really calls out to you, I hope that makes you feel at least some empowerment. Hopefully that helps. All right. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.